Now, 3 children who survived the deadly crash on the Buipe-Tamale Highway, which killed 20 people, are stranded as their mother and 2 other siblings died in the accident. JoyNews is learning 18 bodies have yet to be identified. Police say its preliminary investigations point to sleep driving as the cause of the accident. Isaac Nonya is our correspondent. He's joining me for more. Hello, Isaac. Isaac? Isaac, you're muted. Isaac, do unmute and let's try this again. Okay. Well, I will get to Isaac in due course and try and hear him. We can't hear him at the moment. But more than 40 persons who were injured in that accident are still receiving treatment at the Tamale Teaching Hospital. My colleague Martina Bugri is there for us. Hello, Martina.
Hi, Gifty.
Martina, let's start with the 4 people who are in critical condition. Are they any better now?
What I'm told is that it will take a while, but they are in stable condition. They had injuries in their head, some parts fractures in their, one has fractures in both legs, the other has one in the arm and then the leg. I must say that the injuries are very serious. One tried talking to me, but the conversation wasn't coordinated. He starts from one point, goes to a different point, come back, and on and on, you know, he goes forth and comes back. And so I was told to allow him, that he needs time. I was told that he will be transferred to the neuro surgeon department where they will take better care of him, because that is where they will be dealing with him. The others, I'm told they will be taken to various departments of the hospital where they would receive treatment. What we do know also is that 5 people have been discharged and then 11 are still on admission, but they are all doing very well. With the dead bodies, we are told that 10 have been claimed, 4 have been identified, and 4 yet to be identified, Ifti.
Well, the 4 that are yet to be identified, what is the situation? Why are they unable to identify them? Does it mean that nobody has come forward?
Exactly. So nobody has come forward yet to claim. And so they are holding on, hoping that people would pass information, and then people, those who think that they have relatives who have not arrived at their destinations, will make a follow-up to the hospital and probably identify them. I spoke to some of the relatives. One said he got a call from the auntie who said that was en route to Garu and so was involved in an accident, so he should try and get to the hospital and find out. He got to the hospital, he was told to go to the morgue, and that's where he identified his relative. There was another lady who lost the brother. She couldn't control herself. She broke down crying, and all she could say is the brother is dead.
What about the 4 people who have been identified but not claimed? What reason are their family members? What reasons are their family members giving for leaving them there?
What I gathered from the morgue was that they have identified and they need to go home. Per their religion, they would need to perform some rites and then they can come back for the bodies. And so they are waiting for that to be done. Then they'll return and pick the bodies.
That's a very sad story there, Martina. But let's speak to, you've been speaking to some of the hospital officials, Martina. What more do they say before we hear it from themselves?
I spoke to Misbah Mohammed. He's the public relations officer of the DPH, and he says that luckily for them, no life has been lost since they brought them in. And he talks of the discharge and those who are on admission now.
Not recorded any deaths because 20 were brought in. Like I said, 4 critically injured and 16 mild injuries, and 5 have been discharged with 11 on the admission, and the other 4 who were severely injured are also stable currently. can be transferred to the various wards for further management.
There have been conflicting figures of the death toll. What's the death toll, if you know?
As far as we have on record, 17 people were brought in there, and later one also was brought in out to the 17, making them 18. So we have 18 bodies at the mortuary.
Have their relatives turned out?
Yes, as of yesterday, 2 were buried, but according to Islamic custom, they were Muslims, and they were buried yesterday. And this morning, some relatives have arrived from various parts of the country to identify the bodies. Currently, that identification is ongoing.
That's the official at the hospital there describing this to you. How are they managing this alongside COVID-19? Tell us, what has become of these young children who lost their parent and their sibling in the accident?
I think I must say there's good news now for those children and all other patients who are on our mission at the Holistic Medical Hospital. As we speak, all of them, including those other 3 children whose relations were nowhere to be found, have been identified and then discharged. We know 2 others who were still needed medical care were transferred to the Tamale Teaching Hospital. I spoke to the medical director of the Holistic Medical Hospital, who told me that it got to a point that they have to issue the patients who were still there due to their relatively stable condition with some forms to relocate to their various hometowns and attend further medical attention in case there is the need. But they said everything was under control, and those they have doubt about the condition, who happen to be 2 people, are currently at TTH, where doctor will assess the situation and, if possible, also discharge them.
Well, that's good news. That's good news to know. But is there any other updates that you can share with us from there?
Yes, the update is that 21 others are still on a mission at the Buipe-Tamale Clinic, where doctors are equally still assessing their situation. And my information on the ground at the polyclinic is that between now and tomorrow, if things remain the way they are likely to also be discharged.
Okay. Well, that's good news. Well, we were told yesterday by the National Road Safety Authority representative there for the Northern and Savannah region that some investigative team will be put together. Has that happened?
That has not come to my notice yet. You know, okay. They are equally collaborating with the police. And one of the conditions or the points the police will be driving home has to do with the double system drivers, where mandated or each mandated to carry along 2 drivers. In case one is tired, the other one takes over. According to the police, that one is non negotiable. The National Road Safety will need to consider that one, so that together they will manage the road and then the carnage on that particular stretch of highways.
Thank you very much, Isaac. Isaac Nonya there. He's our Savannah region correspondent.